Dear friend, today I want to start with a question that might make you pause and reflect in front of the mirror. Is your current hairstyle making you look older without you even realizing it? Sounds a bit startling, doesn't it? But the truth is, some hairstyles that seem safe, familiar, even praised years ago, are quietly dulling the youthful glow, softness, and charisma you deserve to shine with at this age. I know that after 60, we no longer chase trends, and thankfully, that helps us live more authentically. But precisely because we have lived through many years, our hair, which accompanies us almost every day, deserves to be rechosen with intention and love. In today's video, I will share with you 6 hairstyles women over 60 should avoid, not to criticize, but gently open the door to change a change that helps you look younger, more confident, while still preserving your elegance and experience. Trust me, just a small yet well-placed adjustment is enough to brighten your face and bring that feeling of, this is truly me, a fresh and radiant version of now. So please watch this video all the way to the end. I will reveal the hairstyle that has unintentionally added years to thousands of women daily, and a small change to instantly regain softness and elegance. Now, let's begin the journey to discover 6 hairstyles to avoid after 60, and together find the hair that helps you love yourself more each day. Style 1. Middle part, with flat, sleek hair close to the scalp. Great in kicking off this list is a hairstyle that seems harmless, but is actually a silent culprit, making the face look stiff and lifeless. The middle part with hair straightened flat against the scalp. Sound familiar? Many women wore this style in their 30s and 40s because it was very fashionable, giving a polished, elegant vibe. But after 60, when the face starts to show signs of time like fine wrinkles and slight sagging on the cheeks, hair that is too straight and hugs the face closely ends up revealing what we'd rather keep private. The middle part divides the face sharply into 2 halves, and if there isn't enough volume at the crown or around the temples, it tends to make the face look longer, thinner, and even more tired. And hair that's too flat and sleek lacks movement, an essential element that brings liveliness and youthfulness at any age. Instead of flat hair stuck to the scalp, try a slightly off-center part. This will soften the face, reduce sharpness in your gaze, and create natural balance. If your hair is still healthy, try adding gentle waves or volume at the roots. It's not about styling extravagantly, but creating space for your face to breathe and appear lighter. And most importantly, don't be afraid to change. Hair grows back, but that fresh energy you feel every time you look in the mirror with a hairstyle that suits you, nothing can replace that. What do you think? Try running your fingers through your hair, then look in the mirror. Are you on the middle part flat hair team? If yes, don't worry, because we're exploring and refreshing ourselves together. Comment below which hairstyle you're rocking. And who knows, you might find your new hairstyle new version in the next parts of this video. Style 2. Pixie cut that is too short and close to the scalp. If the middle part with flat hair makes the face look stiff and lifeless, then a hairstyle that seems youthful and dynamic but can actually make you look more tired is the pixie cut that's too short and tight to the scalp. The pixie cut has long been loved for its modern, convenient, and neat feel, but when cut too short, hugging the scalp and removing all natural softness, it unintentionally strips away the most important element of feminine beauty. After 60, fluidity and gentleness. Hair without movement or soft lines leaves your face bare, unsupported, and easily exposes every sign of time from crow's feet around the eyes to changing jawline contours. You'll notice that feeling of something missing softness. Gentle looseness is what makes you look in the mirror and wonder, why do I look so severe? It's not that you're not beautiful, but that hairstyle isn't telling your current story of a woman experienced, free, and no longer needing to prove anything to life. Instead of a super short pixie, tight to the scalp, you can opt for a longer pixie version with bangs softly swept to the side, creating gentle curves around the temples. A few soft layered cuts at the crown not only bring a youthful feel, but also brighten your eyes, giving your face breadth and depth. A hairstyle is no longer a mold to follow, but the material for storytelling, telling the story of a woman who lives boldly, but has now learned to be gentle with herself. A little volume, a little looseness, and plenty of freedom, that's the true beauty of hair after 60. And if you've tried the tight pixie or are considering it, please share your thoughts. Have you ever had a pixie cut? Or are you keeping a longer version? Comment below. I'd love to hear your story. Style 3. The helmet cut or stiff rounded bob. If a pixie cut, that's too short, makes the face look exposed and unsupported, then another hairstyle falls into the opposite trap, holding on to too much shape and imposing roundness on the face's natural contours. This is the helmet cut or stiff rounded bob. Sounds familiar, right? This style was once very popular, even a symbol of neatness, polish, and agelessness. But the truth is, after 60 haircuts that are too perfectly round and uniform, with hard, molded edges, are the culprits that strip away your look's natural harmony and grace. The issue lies in that helmet styles often create heavy volume at the crown, extending down the cheeks and hugging the neck tightly. This focuses all attention on the center of the face, where signs of aging become more visible. Moreover, the hard, unlayered, blunt cut unintentionally makes the face look heavier and suffocated, especially when you don't have time to style it daily. Many women keep this style for decades, thinking it's neat and easy to maintain. But sometimes we need gentle honesty with ourselves. Does this hairstyle still make me feel bright, natural, and true to my current spirit? Or is it just a habit? A more refined choice is a chin-length bob with soft layers that create gentle drape and movement around the face, with layers and slight length variation between front and back. The overall look becomes lighter, lifting the face instead of pulling it down like the classic helmet cut. After 60, what we seek is not just youthfulness, but freedom unconfined, unforced, free from the burden of perfection, and a hairstyle that moves with your life's rhythm, gently opening the way for your gaze, your skin, your smile that is the hairstyle for a woman living fully and authentically at this age. Style 4. Layers that are too short, choppy, and messy. If the rounded bob hairstyle traps the face in a rigid frame, then another style falls to the opposite extreme. Too much movement, but lacking definition. Those are layers that are too short, choppy, and messy. Many women over 60 choose layers hoping to add volume, conceal flaws, or simply refresh themselves. However, if the layers are cut too close, too fragmented, or placed poorly, instead of creating youthfulness, the hair looks chaotic and tired. Good layers guide the eye, but bad layers leave the gaze nowhere to rest. Imagine hair with very short layers on the crown, stacked uneven fragments, messy in the morning, only manageable with careful blow drying at the salon. But how many women over 60 want to spend 30 minutes each day in front of the mirror, styling every stray strand? Unfortunately, many blame their hair for being weak, dry, or hard to style, forgetting that the biggest problem often lies in the wrong haircut. The finer the hair, the more it needs gentle and supportive cutting techniques, not random snips that make every morning a battle with the brush. For hair that has weathered many seasons, the precious thing isn't complexity, but the ability to listen and respect its natural texture. The ideal layered cut after 60 starts from below the chin or shoulders, trimmed just enough to allow soft drape, gently framing the face without creating bulk. Beautiful hair doesn't need to be complicated, but it must breathe with you gentle in the early morning, neat when you walk, and free when you laugh out loud. Because at this age, neatness isn't about trimming, but about keeping each strand carrying your relaxed, loving spirit. Style 5, super short, bangs baby bangs. Once we've passed 60, beauty no longer lies in bold changes, but in refined restraint. So, after the too short, messy layers. Another common mistake many women unknowingly make is super short bangs, also known as baby bangs. At first glance, this style seems artistic and edgy, but on a face marked by time, the harsh horizontal cut close to the forehead exposes everything we should gently hide: wrinkles, scattered age spots on the forehead, or sometimes just unnecessary stiffness. Worse yet, baby bangs can make the face appear shortened, lacking the softness needed at a mature age. A woman's feeling when trying this style often begins with excitement. Maybe this time it will suit me better. I want to look a bit younger. But after a few days, the face looks stern, the gaze harsher, and every morning facing unruly bangs, we realize this is not youthful rebellion, but an unwanted trap in the mirror. Moreover, super short bangs are very selective of face shape and almost never harmonize well with thin, slightly curly, or aging hair. They demand meticulous daily care, blow-drying, gel styling, adjusting every strand routines that at this age, we've learned to let go of for the sake of health, time, and self-love. If you still want bangs to soften your facial contours, consider curtain bangs longer, softly framing the temples. This style is not only gentle and easy to style, but also highlights your eyes, cheekbones, and smile. More importantly, it lets you be yourself, not carrying the burden of youth, nor chasing anyone. Because true beauty doesn't come from drastic cuts, but from the gentle feeling when you look in the mirror and see yourself radiant, elegant, and deeply peaceful. Style 6. Heavy, straight hair without layers. After seeing yourself in the mirror with super short bangs and realizing that's not really you, not the gentle, experienced woman you cherish, perhaps you begin to understand that every cut is not just about aesthetics, but a declaration: where am I in my own life journey? And there is another hairstyle, seemingly harmless, yet quietly dulling the very charisma you have carefully nurtured: heavy, straight hair without layers. This hairstyle was once very popular, easy to style, low maintenance, and giving a neat, safe feeling. But after 60, that safety becomes a heavy shell, weighing down both our face and spirit. Hair falling straight from the crown to shoulders or back, without layers or movement, like a thick curtain covering elegance, making the face appear longer, sagging lines more visible, and the gaze unintentionally sad, when there is no lightness, curl, or variation in the hair, the face loses its liveliness. We not only lack volume at the crown, which helps balance and brighten the face, but also the feeling of life in every strand. It traps us in an old, repetitive image that no longer reflects our current spirit, a woman living fully, understanding herself, and confident with her changes. Instead of wearing your hair straight like a heavy fabric, try adding a few soft long layers at the ends, or trimming around the neck to create natural movement. Even just a little root lift with your hands, or a round brush, is enough to brighten your face without a drop of color. True beauty does not come from holding on to the familiar, but from the courage to renew yourself in the gentlest way. Sometimes, just letting a few layers breathe makes us shine much brighter. And that is the beauty whispered by those over 60. Let your hair tell the story of the woman you are becoming, not the one you once were. Perhaps after all the sharing just now, you and I both realize that a hairstyle is not just about appearance, but also a way we dialogue with ourselves with every passing year, every crow's feet at the corners of our eyes, every experience we've been through. When a hairstyle makes us feel heavy, stiff, or out of sync with our spirit today, it's no longer just about beauty, but a sign that something needs to change. You don't have to chase trends or cut everything off just because of age, but you deserve a hairstyle that listens to your face, supports your gaze, and helps you feel confident every morning when you look in the mirror. I know change is never easy, but if today, just a few of these suggestions help you look at yourself again, smile, and think, yes, it's time for me to change a little, then this video has fulfilled its purpose. If you relate and you're wearing any of the hairstyles I just listed, please comment below to let me know. Let me see you, listen to you, and accompany you. Comment "I need a change" below so I know you're starting the journey back to yourself. See you in the next shares, where every gentle step is a kind of awakening.